If you in there, nigga, I'm ghost.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you want to see the full live stream that this video is from, click the link in the description down below. But before we get into this, make sure you thumbs up and subscribe, and let's get it. We got Marvel's characters tier list. Now you see all the ones that got the names on them. The ones that don't have the names on them is like from what I could just think of off the top of my head to add on from what was missing. This one was Up the Love and Thunder. So I'm not gonna get every single character from the films that it was missing. And if I remember one that's missing from this list, then I guess we'll go for it. But it also has some. Does it have some? Oh yeah, well yeah, it got the Raimi Brock right there. But these are the rankings that we got. They're all like Marvel character quotes. So when I was first thinking about this list, the three that I already had in my mind was Thanos, Thor, and Loki. Instead of Loki, we are gods, which he said to Sylvie and the Loki. Make sure you go check out the reaction on the channel. It was when he said he said I am a god probably multiple times, but when he said it in the Avengers to the Hulk. But let me just break down what each of these rankings are. Obviously, Thanos, I don't even know who you are. Now, even if I know who this character is, they're just basically that irrelevant. Thor, you're just the worst. These are just trash characters. And also, if I say, if there's a good villain, like obviously we just talked about Thanos, I'm not going to be like, well, because you did this, so I'm going to put you. Nah, we're not talking about that. If he's a good character, he or she is a good character, we're going to put him up there. Ultron, we have, you're bothering me. This is, you're not the worst character, but you're kind of annoying, or you're kind of very much overwhelming, or whatever it may be. These are our mid tiers. This is the lower mid tier, and this is the upper mid tier. We have You Know Me. This is, when I say that You Know Me, that's when he was saying that when they pulled up on Titan going against Thanos. You know me means, there was some promise to, they could be a little better, but they just fell flat a little bit. Piece of Time, they're all right. They're pretty cool. It's Piece of Time though. Kang, you're an interesting man. These are decent, but this one fell flat, and this one, is decent. You're an interesting man. This is a good character. Stan Lee. I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said. The original Stan Lee quote, I made sure to go back and look at his former quotes, because the first quote I thought of was when the one from Into the Spider-Verse. It always fits eventually. But the thing about that quote, the reason why I had to go look for other quotes, is because, like, you could say that in the middle of the tier. You can say that towards the top of the tier. But I guess one person can make a difference. You know what I'm saying? That's a great character. And then, of course, Loki. We are gods, which he said to Sylvie. When she was like, playing gods, blah, blah, blah. Abomination. I wouldn't say, I'll put him in You're Bothering Me. I didn't really much care for him, and there wasn't really any promise to put him in the you know me category. Absorb. I don't even know who you are. Agatha Harkness. Now I'm gonna be honest. I don't like her as much as other people like her. I'll put her in you know me. Also, we need to get her. We need to get her show and see where her what the future for her is actually gonna be. Who knows? Cause listen, I didn't like Andor, like the character. And when they announced the show, I'm like, I don't care for a show for him. They announced the show for Agatha Harkness. I don't really care. But you know, they could drop a trailer just like they did for Andor, and I was like, hold on, it looked kind of cool. Drop the season. Hold on, that's actually one of their better projects. So we gonna have to see with that one. Yeah, I don't even know who you are. Nah. Yeah, I'll put her a little lower in that. Audric Killian. You're just the worst. We'll see how we get. You'll probably be at the end of You're Bothering Me or at the top of You're Just the Worst. Alexander Pierce. I saw a video. It was a video talking about the MCU, and it was like, you could have had a moment where Alexander Pierce is actually Red Skull, but instead he is on Vormir and just guarding a rock. But, you know, he wasn't bad. You know, he served his purpose. I know who he is. I can understand. Why could it's not, he's not that good enough to put in you know me. I'm not gonna lie. Oh shit, I'm not gonna lie. I know who this is. I'm gonna be honest, you annoyed me. If y'all don't know, this is Jessica Jones' mother. I don't know what her story's like in what's it called, the comics, but she was annoying me in the show. I don't even remember what it was. It's been years. Amy, I only remember you because I think the actress played in something, but you were who Hogarth was guarding, and I think Jessica Jones? I don't remember. You were in something else, the actress, and so then I was like, what do I know? No. I don't know if she's going to be in this list, but the actress who was at that apartment as well was in something else, and I was like, who do you... No. That's Shawty from The Punisher. Okay, cool. I knew I wasn't tripping. I almost said The Punisher. That's why I was like... That Frank had a connection with, but I don't even remember her story, bro. Ancient One. Yeah, you know, they race swap and gender swapped. I like that, you know, she was actually fighting in the Battle of New York that we see during Endgame, and you know, she basically hyped up Doctor Strange just for Multiverse and Madness to bring him back down, but whatever. I don't know who you are. Annie. I know who Annie is, bro. I gotta look it up. It's gonna bother me. But I'm gonna put you, I don't even know who you are because, bruh, I can't remember. Or maybe I just know the actress. Oh, Annie from Venom. Yeah, that's tough. Sorry, Shawty, you gotta hold that spot on the list. I had to think about it. That is tough. Obviously, you're easily identifiable. We don't know where you're gonna be, so I'm just gonna put you in you know me. It was actually interesting. I'm not gonna lie. When you pull it up, do we have two of them? Whoever pulled up at the end and took Cersei. I don't remember, but I think that was kind of like, oh shit. Wasn't really a jump scare, but it was kind of like, damn, imagine seeing this IRL. Zola. Bro. You had the potential, like, I know what your character could be, but we never got to that. We're about to get to it, but we never got to it. Arthur. I'm gonna be honest, like, damn, bro, we're really kind of slacking right now, dude. I'll put you right there. I don't even remember your story. I remember you had glass in your shoes. I remember you were the former avatar for Khonshu. You had the little scale that you used with the staff. We didn't really get you by yourself. It was like your goons, but we didn't really get you until like the end of the series. Excuse me, May Parker. I'll put you right there. They basically had you serve for Uncle Ben. So I guess that's oh, we got all the May Parkers right here. I'ma just it's tough. I'm gonna have to put them all together. I'm not gonna lie. She at I don't know, dude. She actually, I was gonna say she provided something. Like, for instance, if we do Peter Parker's love interest, Mary Jane, you're at the bottom. It doesn't matter if we're talking about Tobey Maguire or we're talking about Marvel Spider-Man. Oh, well, you did provide value, but you're just annoying in a relationship regardless. But you did say, hey, we should save these villains, and honestly, from my point of view, that was not the best thing to do. But what did either other May Parker do? Aisha. I'm gonna put you right here. I only remember you because, listen, I would. That's all I'm gonna say. Betty. I kind of enjoyed your little news reports. We're gonna have to see where the future holds, and I kind of enjoyed you and Ned's little relationship in Far From Home. Betty. I know you're from an Incredible Hulk, but it is what it is. Bill. Well, you were Goliath, so I'll give you some credit. My boy. I'll put you right there. Like, all of these characters at least had some sort of purpose. Well, you did have a purpose too, but like, we're probably going to see more Betty. Ancient One was basically one of the main characters in the first Doctor Strange film, and her actions had ramifications on the main character. Actions on the main character, ramifications on the main character, ramifications on the main character, ramifications on the main character. Slightly ramifications on the main character, but like, you're more for Ghost storyline. So if they bring you back in Thunderbolts, then maybe we could move you somewhere else. Let's be honest, you're if you weren't Wanda's kids and that wasn't her reason for doing it, the reason for her doing the things that she did, would we even know who you are? Would we even care about you? No. Damn. I actually did ranking MCU villains on another channel, and I had her on the list. I'm trying to remember where I had her at. I think she was like mid-tier. She had the thing about her, she had some good. Also, I got confused because this actress, it was in the MCU twice. She was in Civil War And within the same time period, she was in Luke Cage. But, you know, I'll put you right there. You had some scenes that I wasn't rocking with, and some scenes that I were rocking with, and then some scenes that I was in the middle, so it kind of balances out. Black Panther. I can't put you higher than that because, once again, if you haven't seen my Black Panther reaction, and I talked about it when one of my Ant-Man Quantumania videos, I don't think that they should have written your character off screen. To me, that's disrespectful. I don't see how recasting is disrespectful. If I'm playing a character and I don't get to finish my character arc, especially with a character as impactful as Black Panther, don't write my character off screen. Bro, if you don't recast, or especially with Black Panther, someone else takes up the mantle. Like, let's say we get one Tom Holland film. Like, not one Tom Holland film, but like post No Way Home. And then whether it's passing away or whatever, something happens. God forbid something happens to Tom Holland. Okay, bring in Miles Morales. Either recast them and continue the story, or bring in Miles Morales. Something like that. And then, you know, at the beginning of the second film, even if you want to kill the character off, you can have someone in a Spider-Man costume until that moment happens. Black Widow. I'm gonna be honest, I never really rocked with her like that. So I guess piece of time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really rock with her until like Civil War and Infinity War. And even then I'm like, bro, how is Wanda and Vision struggling with three people, but then Captain America, Black Widow, and Falcon can give them a run for their money. Boastful Loki. Let's be honest. If it wasn't a version of Loki, would you even know who it is? I don't even know who you are. Bullseye. That's tough. You really have potential. You're really interesting, bruh. But the thing is, we're probably not gonna continue your story because you were in the very last season and they teased your return and at the like very end of the season. Bushmaster. He had potential. I wasn't really rocking with him like that, but he had potential. He was like interesting. I always thought he looked like a fake ass Chris Rock. I'll put him right there. I don't even know who you are. Captain America. Listen, I'm team Captain America when it comes to I gotta put you above T'Challa, specifically because of them killing T'Challa off camera. If they recasted, or if Chadwick Boseman never passed, well, granted, we don't know what Wakanda Forever would have looked like had y'all not have to change the story, but yeah, he probably would have been higher. I'm gonna put you right here. You have some important moments, but it's kind of like I did a video and it's gonna be dropping on my backup channel in like probably like 2 months or something. But I recorded it yesterday. I was talking about the whole Rachel Ziegler thing. The only reason I even talked about that whole situation was because someone compared it to something like a different actor and tried to be like, well, this male actor, blah blah blah. But when like although it's not gonna be to great proportions, when I'm like around that time, I was like looking, like trying to like check out all the interviews and this, that, and the third. Like, bro, we're getting an end game. Like, I know some of these characters are gonna be killed off, blah blah blah. As well as we're at the height of Tom Holland and and Mark Ruffalo spoiling like crazy. So I'm looking at all the cast, interviews and stuff. I was like, yo, what, Brie Larson? What are you? Come on, dude. Like, have you never did PR, dude? And yeah, and then the movie came out. Now, if y'all don't know, well, actually, I don't know if it's gonna be before or after when I post this video, but I'm gonna be doing the movies and shows tier list. So I'm gonna talk about how I felt about that movie, but I didn't really hate it. I didn't really love it. It was just kind of just mid tier for me. Captain Marvel has some badass moments, but the thing about her is like, especially in the MCU, it's like Superman. I don't like Superman. I mean, I don't hate Superman, but like, it's not interesting because I'm like, well, 9 times out of 10, he's not gonna die, and if he even dies, he will come back. So, and then also when their situation is just like, well, why not just have Superman and like all you need is Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman and you're good to go. Every once in a while you'll call in the Flash. Every once in a while you call in Aquaman, but those 3 you really need. You got the brains, you got the demigod, and you got the person who can fight like he is a god. Carnage. Oh, but yeah, and I haven't seen the Marvel, so we're I don't know if she's better in that, but she was just kind of bland to me. So maybe if like Brie Larson, when it was doing a little press run when it was leading into Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, and her own solo film, she'd probably be a tier higher, but you know, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. Cletus Cassidy, you're the biggest person who should be right there. I don't know. You're probably cemented at this spot. Maybe if I don't have enough that's on Piece of Time, you'll be at the end of Piece of Time, but number 1, I like for characters to sound a certain way from either their first or first best iteration and look the same as well. So for instance, you can have a Miles Morales, but you can't have a black Peter Parker. You can have a black Spider-Man, you can't have a black Peter Parker. Like I want Eddie Brock to look. We're gonna talk about Venom when we get to Venom, whether it's Topher Grace or Tom Hardy. But I don't know why you basically had Carnage sound the same. I'm not gonna even attempt because it's literally been years, but I used to be able to do like a good Carnage voice. If someone said, "Hey, they're probably gonna be going towards Carnage films," I would have kept trying to do my voice, and I would have tried to put my hat in there and be like, "Hey, let me," you know what I'm saying, you need to get a different actor because I don't fit the look. But hey, if you need someone to do a Carnage voice, and then also the fact that Carnage is just going at the end, and so even if we blend, whether you wanted to do Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland, Spider-Man into the Venom films, Like, even if we want to discount the little Spider-Man gets the suit first and then it goes to Eddie Brock, even if we want to take that away, well, now, unless we just resurrect him again, then we just have we just have a completely different Carnage, or no Carnage at all. But you did get a good F-bomb. Not you, but towards you. Maybe you were from... I don't remember where you're from. Christine. Where would I put you? I don't really dislike you. I'll put you right here. So this is... around this area is kind of like these 5 right here is kind of the barometer of like, this is when we're getting to the good. So this is a little less than average. These 2 are average. No, these 3 are average. And this is a little better than average. Claire was cool, man. She was one of the, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'll put her in this one just yet. We're gonna have to see. We got a lot of stinkers so far, bruh. It's tough. Classic Loki. Hey, he went out like a G. We didn't really have that much of him, though. He had the hardest exit in, like, everything, bro. I'll go right there for right now. Just because of his ending. The Collector. Let's be honest. I'm just gonna start throwing y'all in, and you know me, and I don't even know who you are. Like, I'm not even gonna put them in order. Unless, like, I'm just... So basically, after Agatha, everything after her is just little less than normal. And then everything above Arthur. No, above these 2 are a little better than average. So if I put someone behind Christine, like, after that, there's no order until we get past Agatha. Colleen Wing. She was pretty decent, man. She was pretty decent. I'll put you... I don't... You weren't as important as Black Widow, but I think I liked you better. And it might be some sort of what's it called? Not favoritism. What is the word? Some biased, because, you know, Jessica Henwick, we like those. I mean, Scarlett Johansson, we also like those too, but Corliss Glaive, they kind of failed you, dude. They kind of failed you. Cottonmouth, hey, man. Hey, man. He was up there in my villains tier list, because I did, at the time, it was around Infinity War, and I did the MCU films as well as the Netflix series. He was up there, man. You were the best part of Luke Cage. It's crazy that you were in the Marvel Netflix universe, where there is you have basically a blind ninja, you have someone who's bulletproof, you have Jessica Jones, you have Iron Fist, and then you have Kingpin, who's like, I guess just has like ridiculously strong, is just ridiculously strong and durable. And you have a human who's like, oh, damn, everyone's like messing with him. You didn't have to bring in someone. I think this was the season you brought in. No, you brought in Diamondback. Yeah, that was like everyone says, that's when Luke Cage season 1 just went downhill. You wanted to bring someone in so Luke can have a final fight. Crossbones, before the suit he was cool, but after the suit, so we're gonna have to just throw you right there, bro. Cole Obsidian, they kind of failed you, dude. Where did I put Close Glaive? Yeah. Curtis. You're the homie. I like the Punisher, so that's why I got you there. Other people, they might put you in. I don't even know who you are. Speaking of, I don't even know who you are. I know who you are, but it's because you're Jon Snow, and I watched the Internals before watching Game of Thrones, so I don't know who you are. Don't know who you are. Also, I think they got S.H.I.E.L.D. on here. I've never seen an episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. a day in my life. You brought back Coulson, and he's just never mentioned in the MCU, and I'm supposed to take the show serious. Darcy. A lot of people hate Darcy, but I don't know what I'm saying. She's alright. I don't really dislike her, don't really care for her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll put her right there. Daredevil, that's my guy, man. The first one to get up there. The first one. Now, I think he was kind of making some ridiculous decisions, but you still up there, my guy. Davos was actually pretty cool, man. I'll put you right there. The first one to get, you're an interesting man. Okay, no. I was about to say was that home, but I forgot that's Star Wars. That might be the actor who was one of the guys in the Kenobi, or was the Book of Boba Fett? It was one of those shows. Shaw. I feel like I recognize y'all too, but I can't remember from where. Diamondback, you were the worst, bro. I don't know why they brought you in here. You did have that. Was it Bye Felicia? You said something. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. It was something. Diamondback did something, and I thought it was hilarious. I think he dropped someone, and then he said a quote, and it was just hilarious to me. All right, forget it. All right, Dina, Madani. You're kind of taking L's. I'm gonna throw you right there. Doc Ock, that's the GOAT, man. That's the GOAT. His motives aren't really if he had slightly better motives, I'm sorry. He Doc Ock, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, and Doc Ock is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. Doctor Strange. Amen. He both of these two characters had fumbles, and then this character is, was out of the picture too soon. Steve Rogers didn't really have fumbles. His biggest fumble was his first film, which is people consider that, back then it was considered bad, but now it's considered just, an all right film. You might have some moments you really like, some moments you don't like. Don't know who you are. Don't know who you are. Drax. I'm not the biggest Drax guy, but we gotta understand, he has some funny moments. I'll throw him right there. Homeboy from Black Widow, you're just the worst. I'll give you some credit. I'll give you some credit. I probably like you better than all of those though. Droog from he was pretty cool, man. He was pretty cool. I'll throw you right there. If we're just taking the characters serious and like they have to have this grand blah blah blah, you're better than Betty, obviously. But for her purpose, Betty's, you know, I enjoy her more for her purpose. Don't know who you are. Ebony Maw. Hey man, he pretty cool, man. He pretty cool. He was, besides Thanos, he was the one of the people who wasn't like fumbled with, like, bro, he was just sitting there just chilling against Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and Wong, just chilling. And then Spider-Man came in and he was like, bro, he had to die to space. Maya Lopez. Echo. I'm not gonna lie, bro, you seen the trailer for her? It looked pretty cool, man. And you know, she was actually pretty decent, so I'm gonna throw you right there for now. But you could go all the way down. You could go up. From the promise of her show, I'll probably throw you right there. But your show hasn't came out yet. So boom. Eddie Brock Venom. You're only there because you're Venom, and like Venom is like, I don't know what my top 3 Spider-Man villains is, but I know in the top 3 is Venom and Doc Ock. So the only reason you're there is strictly nostalgia. But like I said, I'm gonna talk about Venom in a second. I like a character to look how I envision them from their either first iteration or better iteration. What I mean by that, like, you saw how I just talked about Captain America, how his suits looked better as, you know, time progressed. So like, you might say, oh, his best suit is Civil War suit, so I want all his suits to look like the Civil War suit. Or for instance, I'm trying to think of like a big character who wasn't that great. Like, okay, let's say Vulture. Vulture was throwaway villain until we got to Homecoming. People was like, hold on, he's pretty cool. Brought him in Marvel Spider-Man, PS4. Okay, you know, he wasn't good as Homecoming, but he's pretty cool, man. No one ever took Vulture serious until Homecoming. Or I'm trying to think who else. I can't think of anyone right now. Don't know who you are. Ego is actually pretty decent, man. You're an interesting man. I'll throw you right there. Eleanor. I didn't really care for Eleanor. I'm not gonna lie. You're bothering me. I'll throw you right there. Electro. Hey, man. I'll throw you right there because we're taking into account The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and No Way Home. And they didn't necessarily, even though I didn't really like the voice of Carnage in the film, they didn't really completely fumble Carnage. It would have been better if we had a rated R film. But, you know, for me, he got down because we're never going to get to see, well, I mean, we're not never going to see, but it's going to be unlikely in the foreseeable future that we'll see Spider-Man and Carnage together, unless they just do some retconning. Elektra, and she bad as shit. Look how she looking right now. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, we know who Elektra is. I'm gonna be honest. You're right here. You were annoying me. I'm gonna be honest. You were annoying me in the Netflix series. And also the thing that was bothering me is like I liked it. It was the same thing what I was talking about with Cottonmouth. I liked Daredevil and the Punisher, and then we start getting Elektra, and then we get her in the Defenders, and it was like y'all just kept just spamming it, and then y'all brought her back to life, and she was the. I was like, bro, okay, she's the weapon, okay, whatever. Don't know who you are. Killmonger, hey man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw you right there. Like, the reason you got this high is because you made this like impact in just one film, dude. And then you can look at like how his perspective is in a way justified, but in a way like his concept of what he's trying to do is skewed. I'm gonna throw you right there. I never really care for you that much. Okay, if it wasn't Harry Styles, would anyone even remember this character? We only know you because you're Harry Styles. We only know you because you're Jon Snow. Everett Ross, he's actually pretty decent, man. He's more noticeable than these two. I enjoy him more than Drax. Maya, you're only there because you have the potential to be better than every character on this tier. Come on, they just wasted the Warriors 3. I don't even know who you are to begin with. I'm gonna put you in. You're bothering me. It's cool that you're. It's cool that we've updated the Flash, the character bully archetype. But the thing about Flash and like just bully, in present day, is they're still gonna look like they got not look like they got hands, but like it's not believable if this guy before Spider-Man got powers can beat up Tom Holland. But it's believable that before he got powers, Joe Mena something, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, bro, can beat up Tobey Maguire. It's believable that, I mean, even though I think Andrew Garfield could maybe hold his own against Homeboy who played Flash in the Amazing Spider-Man film, it's believable that he can beat up Peter Parker. It's not always going to be like, hey, blah, 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 but if it's, hey, leave me alone, that there might be consequences for that. And Brody just kept penis Parker, like, bro, if you don't out of here with that joke. I'll be honest, I don't like Foggy as much as other people. I'm gonna throw you right there out of respect for all the people who like you. I never really cared for Foggy like that. Frigga, you know what I'm saying? She just served a purpose. It is what it is. Yeah. Gamora. Okay. We got to take into account. I didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy 3 Gamora. I did not like her. I like some of her like moments because like when she doesn't understand Groot, or you know, then she finally does understand Groot, whatever it may be. Didn't really care for her, that version of her. I'm gonna throw you right there. I'll see how many Guardians are next to each other. Don't know who you are. I'll be honest, and it's not just because of my channel name, but you know, I actually liked Ghosts a little bit. Like this is when it gets, you know, above above average, and this is the very moment, like these last couple ones, where we get an above average into good. Gilgamesh, I mean, you served your purpose. Yeah, you're right there. Don't know who you are. Don't know who you are. Grandmaster. Alright, strictly just off the character. Strictly just off the character and the performance, you're enjoyable, but this is one where I don't know the source material. So if I knew the source material, and I know it's different. I know it's different now, but if I was familiar and like the source material and y'all did this, then I'd be like, alright, bro. But it was just, you're just an enjoyable character. Don't know who you are. Green Goblin. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Just Tobey Maguire's, you would have been right there. No Way Home, you went crazy. You went crazy, bro. Like, this is how, okay. This is how much you can just tell he went crazy in this film. Is when the film came out, I was at my current job, and when the film came out, I was working at a job, and someone who worked there looks like Willem Dafoe, and I could not look at my man's the same for a good couple weeks, bro. Every time I was just thinking about strong enough to have it all, too weak to take it. And we already know what happened. We already know what happened like 5 minutes after that scene, dude. Groot's probably my favorite, Guardian. It's just simple. I'm gonna have to just keep you right there because I didn't really like the design of Groot in the third Guardians film. Gwen Stacy. First time we get a love interest. You and Andrew Garfield and your chemistry and the relationship was the best part of the Amazing Spider-Man films. And I want to put you right there. Nah, okay, I gotta go like this, dude. I gotta be Davos. I tried to put you up there, but then I have to think about putting you against these other people. Damn, Davos, you just took a complete nosedive, bruh. Okay, I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with that. And it's like I kind of don't want to put any women in You're an Interesting Man, but if you eventually get past that tier, like if you passed Groot, classic Loki, and okay, yeah, am I gonna put Ego above Gwen Stacy? I can't do that. Hank Pym, he's cool, man. He's cool. I'm not really that big of a Hank Pym fan. Same thing with Happy Hogan. Harold Meacham. Okay. I'm gonna throw. Just know, spoiler alert, I'm gonna throw your whole entire family next to each other. Because I vividly remember one time. So, at first, I think it was Joy. Joy, I loved Joy at the beginning, was impartial to Ward at the beginning, and hated Harold. Then I hated Ward, impartial to Harold, and still liked Joy. Then I liked I was impartial to Joy, hated Ward, and liked Harold. And then I think Harold died. And then I liked Ward and hated Joy. So it was crazy, like the characters like flipped around. I just remember at one point I liked each of from the family. At one point I hated each from the family, and at one point I was impartial from each of the family. I'm sorry, like I gotta be for real, bro. The pheromones thing was an interesting concept. That's the only reason why I'm having you right there. Hawkeye, dude, hey, like you got lucky. You got lucky. I always thought you was all right. Your show kind of brought you up, man. He Who Remains. Now, I kind of broke down He Who Remains when I did the Loki characters tier list, but I really liked season 2 He Who Remains. I didn't really like season 1 He Who Remains. So I'll put you right there, since a version of you said this line, and you'll probably be at the very end of this tier. Heimdall. Heimdall's pretty cool, man. I'll throw you right there. I'll throw you right here. I know who you are. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the last people to stand up to Hela before, we got our like second revolution in Ragnarok. But most people not gonna know who you are, just like I don't know who that is. Yeah, they're just there. And it's fitting that I'm putting you in a start quote. The Hawk. Damn, they kind of. I didn't even see She-Hulk, but I'm gonna put you. Can I? Yo, bro, they so bad want Ghost right there. I'm gonna put you right there. I liked Hawk all the way up until Endgame. Not even in Infinity War. Like even Infinity War, I was kind of cool with that, and I was like, gonna see how they go through, see what they come up with. But he didn't really do anything in Endgame. He punched a couple guys. He threw a bench after Nat died, and okay, yeah, he snapped his fingers, whatever. But like he didn't really, from what I've seen, throw the ones with Clovis Glaive. He didn't attempt to have a rematch with Thanos. Nothing. Hunter B. I'm not really the biggest fan. I'll just throw you right there. Icarus. It's literally just for your archetype that like you even got this high. But, wasn't really the biggest fan. Danny Rand. Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I was gonna say, a lot of people dislike Danny Rand, but actually, no. A lot of people dislike the Iron Fist shows. The Iron Fist show. But I actually like the show. But I remember your character, there was some annoying moments, especially at the early season. But, like, season 2, like, he's pretty cool, man. Like, if they continue, like, we would have probably had, like, season 4 or 5 by now. If they continued, like, by the time we got to this season, like, people would have liked him. Like, this was one of the first times when I seen, whether it's shows, movies, games, where, like, and don't mess it up like Star Wars did, where Force Awakens is a reaction to the prequels. Last Jedi's reaction to Force Awakens, and The Rise of Skywalker is a reaction to the Last Jedi, like as in like fan backlash. But the first time where they're like, Danny Rand is acting this way, and then they take steps to change it up in the second season. Iron Man, I'm not a big Iron Man guy, dude. It's gonna be a little controversial. I never liked Iron Man. I never disliked him, but I never liked Iron Man. There was never a moment where I'm like, yeah, Iron Man, blah, blah, blah. Like, Iron Man is like, let's say the MCU is like a sandwich. Nah, because you can make... Okay, let's say the MCU is like a pizza. And Iron Man is like whatever topping that you go for, whether it's like barbecue, whether it's pepperoni, hamburger, whatever it may be. And let's say you get 2 toppings. There's like 3 toppings that you love, and you get 2 toppings on it. He's one of the toppings where it's just like, it adds a little, So the little interactions, like, I enjoy the little interactions, but like, I like Iron Man 1. I don't like the other 2 films. I don't like how he's that much involved with Spider-Man, and we're going to get to Spider-Man when we get there. But, I wasn't really that big on it. He was not really... I wasn't the biggest fan of him. So obviously you see where Captain America is, so you obviously know what side I was with Civil War. Let's be honest. I know who he is, Iron Man 1. I know who he is, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think she's from Inhumans. I haven't seen that. Don't know who he is. Jane Foster. I'll put you in You're Bothering Me. Now, I don't know if I'm mistaken, but it just felt like maybe I heard things wrong. It felt like Natalie Portman was like, I don't want to really be with, consider with that property, blah, blah, blah. Especially because the story with her hard for the next couple years to find a job after, the Star Wars prequels. But her disassociating with it until she got Mjolnir. So I wasn't really the biggest fan of that. And then obviously, we had Love and Thunder, and that didn't turn out what it meant to be. You're Bothering Me. Yeah, I thought you right there. You're interesting, but it annoyed me. Like, I don't like when characters are like, oh, hey, here's this thing, but let me not talk about it ever. Let me put all the characters in danger because I want to be quiet. Now, hold on 1 second real quick. Don't know who you are. Actually, I don't even know why I put my headphones back on. I actually kind of enjoyed Hogarth. She wasn't the greatest character, but, a little bit of peace of time. I say better. These two will probably be, next to each other for the whole list. Jessica Jones. I liked her. Let's see. Piece of time. She had some flaws that I wasn't really rocking with. Claire was kind of the one that I rocked with in the majority of things. And she was kind of basically the connective tissue through the Defenders universe. I don't know. Where are you from? Is this Captain Marvel? I don't know what you're from. I only know your face because that's baby girl who played the sister in Altered Carbon. Billy Russo, man, he cool, man. He cool. I throw him. All right, I'm gonna just the split of these May Parkers. I'm gonna throw him right there. I'll throw him right there. He trying to get that May Parker right. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Woo, I like him, man. He funny. Adds a little, you know, little something. He's kind of in the same vein. Like they're kind of like, even though the stories don't really intersect, they're kind of like two sides of the same coin. Working for the government. One's a little. Both are in comedic situations. Everett Ross is usually the more serious one, as the other person is usually telling jokes, and Jimmy Woo is usually the one telling jokes, unless he's in the same scene with Paul Rudd. J. Jonah Jameson, man, throw him up there, man. You already know what time it is, man. You already know what time it is. He had technically 5 films, but let's just put Far From Home and No Way Home together. Like, J. Jonah Jameson is literally the barometer for that character. I mean, J. Jonah Jameson. J.K. Simmons is literally the barometer for that character, bro. Fantastic actor, man. John Pilgrim. What are you from? I'm about to put you in. I don't know where you are, but I don't even know who you are. But I'm trying to figure out where you're from. And I think. Where's your pops at, man? Where's your pops at? What the fuck? Not in you bothering me. I feel like it's in this tier, but I don't know where he's at. Oh, there he is. Okay, cool. Cause like, and I'm gonna be honest, if you were a male character the whole time, I probably would have. I didn't. Like, I was trying to give you some leeway because I'm like, come on, it's baby girl, man. But like, if a guy character, you know, was starting to go down this path, I'm gonna be like, bro, I don't care. Get to the next scene. Not like I hate it, but like, why are you on the screen? And then when you started making more rash decisions, I'm like, okay, bruh, I'm off you, man. Justin Hammer from Iron Man, but, you know, from Doctor Strange, but, you know, Karen Page. Where's Foggy at, man? You going next to Foggy. Yeah, you going next to Foggy. I like Curtis better than you, though. And I like you better than Foggy a little bit. Maybe it's because you're Deborah Ann Wool, but Carly, you had potential, man. You had potential, but you just fell flat. I didn't dislike you ever really compared to the Meachums. I won't put you above Bullseye, though. But what's the character? John Pilgrim. John Pilgrim MCU. Oh yeah, okay. Alright. I knew him from something. I knew it was something that I watched. It's on The Punisher. Wow. That's actually one of my favorite MCU Netflix shows. Don't know who you are. Kate Bishop. I actually like you, man. You're one of the better. Yeah, you're. I'm gonna throw you right there. Peace time. Katie, I didn't even think I was gonna like you, but you're actually pretty decent. I'll throw you right there. You're more in the front lines than the Grandmaster is. So like, if he had more scenes. Nah, okay. Hold on. Excuse me. I get tired of you a little bit. I don't know if I got more scenes, if I'd get tired of the Grandmaster or not. Kazi from Hawkeye. I feel like most people not gonna know. Kanju, you see what I'm saying? Interesting man. I like them better. Yeah, he's interesting, man. He's an interesting character. Yeah, I'm gonna throw you right there. They gonna be on my head top for putting Iron Man as low, but it is what it is. Kid Loki, besides the fact that you killed Thor in your universe, it is what it is, bro. Kilgrave, man, you up there, bruh. This is how you go against someone. This is the type of villain that you go against someone who's like physically superior to you in every single metric. A character of mind control, and then bring in a layer of like a lot of people like, I don't even say it even joking or not, like kill yourself, blah blah blah. I don't even say that serious or joking at all. But like, people say that, so if he said that, he'd have to actually right after be like, no, don't do that. Like, they kind of started exploring that a little bit with Jim V with Kate.